Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Lord. And of course, you're gonna get the coffin spin. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Happy Wednesday night to one and all here. The screen will ever change. Welcome to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. I'd say I'd be doing great, but this frickin'... I'm trying to use this chat bot called Caffeinated for my... try to get both feeds put up on the channel at the same time, and it just does not want to work ever here. Whenever it's been working all day, it's been connected all day, then all of a sudden in the afternoon it decided to glitch out a little bit. And now it just won't come up at all. So I'm getting all the chats that are coming in. I think I'm going to make a quick change here. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Sorry I'm going off on a tangent here. It's just, yeah, some things just drive you absolutely through the wall. Gonna get some comments up here, but yeah, we're looking to get a very good show on today. It's gonna be we got Darby and Claudio, we got Orange and Wheeler's probably gonna be our main event going forward. MVP tweeted he's got a major announcement. Well, that doesn't surprise me either. Close that chat box. It's that. Yeah, the 8-man all-star tag match. Let me save this right now. See if that comes up. All right. I think I got this now that we'll get some... Hey, Zodiac. How you guys doing? How you doing? Glad to see you're here. Glad to see you're alive and kicking today. I know that today's been a little crazy for a lot of people, and once again, anybody that's watching on YouTube, I do apologize that we're not getting everything put up properly here for in terms of all the chats going on, but hey, we just hit our halfway to our sub goal here, 15, so we're good to go here. Wonder if we get the brackets for the C2. They've said they're not going to announce the brackets for the C2 until either at Full Gear or just after Full Gear. But I can quash one rumor that we were talking about earlier last week. Unfortunately, Speedball Bailey's contract runs to the end of
You left your house and walked into mine.
Look at those emotes fly! Zodiac coming in, flying in here with 32 months. I say you got William Regal last week, so here's my 32nd month of sub. Hey, that works. I gotta remember where buttons are. My brain's all over the place here. Plus, we get that's the one other thing I was gonna bring up. Stat Sheeta tonight. That's gonna be a fun one. Yeah. For those that aren't familiar with our 2K24 run, which we're gonna have our Fastlane PLE right after the show tonight. We had quite a few changes come up after last week. Well, a couple of them. A couple big ones. First of all, I was short Bruiser for a heel, so I picked up Willie Riggs for 5 weeks here. I accidentally re-signed Sonya Deville instead of playing a contract extension on her, so we were talking about that last week. I screwed that up, but unfortunately, it's sort of apropos with the demolition of Chase U last night. Hey, JJ, good to see you here. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. Just as Dynamite's about to come on the air here. And for some reason, my chat bot isn't working either. So I'm going to have to look at something new going on here. But Thea Hale just walked out on us. Wanted 100 grand. And I'm sorry you're my pet project, but yeah, no. They're playing November Rain again. Let's go. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that during the show here because we got a lot of shows listed there. And there's a lot of changes there. But if you guys didn't get a chance to watch this on Saturday night, this is how you sell pay-per-views. This is how you sell extra shows. And actually, I might as well bring it up right now. AEW announced a whole bunch of shows coming up for the first 3 months of the year leading into Revolution. All of them are listed for mid-size arenas rather than your 20, 25,000 seat arenas. I love that idea. I love that they're going smaller. Pack the house, make it a worthwhile ticket, then branch out. Rather than trying to have an extra 3,000 tickets available every single show. And also, big news coming out of that announcement as well. WWE no longer has a stranglehold over Crypto.com Arena, as Revolution will be hosted at the home of the Lakers and the LA Kings. After apparently the first Raw on Netflix is going from the Intuit Dome, which is the home of the LA Clippers, which broke the contract with Crypto.com Arena for exclusivity in LA. So therefore now it's pretty much game on for AEW to go in there. Because if you remember, the AEW had to go out of the Great West Forum, which is the former home of the LA Kings and the LA Lakers, LA Clippers. Which that building has got to be older than dirt. So they got Menard in tonight. Okay, I like that. So they're going to run down the card right now. This show's in Reading, Pennsylvania. Still, yeah, they are running Wheeler and Orange as a main event tonight, so it makes sense. Man, that Ospreay-Fletcher match, like, get your cigarettes out, get them ready to go. Because, yeah, we're going to have so much fun with that. And we're just going to throw a random Ricochet match out right now just for the hell of it. Oh, this is the 8-man. My bad. I thought Ricochet was on a different team. So this is Don Callis Society versus Team Freedom. Well, if you're gonna do Orange and Wheeler on a main, this is the one you put in the front. I would say you do it one way or the other, depending which way you go here. So is Davis going to be coming out to the same... I thought Davis was going to come out to the same music as Ospreay. Well, he is. All right. So essentially you have two tag teams on one side, and then you got the one tag team and two singles on the other, so... No, I'm looking forward to this match here. It should end up being a complete schmoz by the end of it. All right. What do you guys think? Does Mark Davis join up with Fletcher eventually, or is that ship sailed already? Oh, I wanted to show you guys something before we... It'll be up later tonight. Say Davis turns in full gear? I think so. Makes sense. This team just looks downright intimidating, with all due respect. All right, we're just going to have a battle to start here tonight. Just a quick reminder, folks. I just wanted to pull the logo up. We are going to be doing a Full Gear Sidecast on Saturdays, so make sure you guys turn out. We're going to be doing it both on YouTube and on Twitch. And we'll be back here about 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Because apparently one of the things happening tonight as well is AJ Boom's going to be showing up. The Costco guy. He's going to be here to promote his match with QT Marshall. With all due respect, it's the Tyson Ball in a wrestling sense. Just not as much sports popularity. Wrestling popularity, okay, yeah, that's a different story altogether. Oh my God, we finally got a bell. And I figured Davis would be the guy in the ring to take most of the heat through this. This is a war. This is going to be a war. I think Mark Davis could be one of those guys that you put in the C2 just to get him the experience and the exposure. Powerhouse and Archer, yes. Love how Ricochet's like, no, take me in, I want to go over the top. And as a courtesy, Davis decides to pull out his, pull the rope down for Ricochet. Didn't really need to, but... Only a common courtesy. Yeah, just common courtesy. Didn't really need it. Oh, God. Fletcher, do yourself a favor. Get off that rope before Hobbs suplexes you into... where would that be? Washington's the next state over? Oh, great. We just got to re-injure him again. What the hell? Oh, so many good things. By the way, I have to ask, this is a video game channel too, so please forgive me about this here. What are you guys thinking about picking up anything for Black Friday? Because most of those sales are starting either today or tomorrow. Excalibur's getting muffle butted here. If I'm able, I want the PS5. Hey, you know, you could spend $1,300 Canadian. I could have got you the anniversary one. GameStop sent me a priority pass for the PS5 Pros. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't need graphics that good. Immediately cut into picture-in-picture without even Excalibur allowed to finish his sentence up. It's hilarious. But yeah, personally, I'm probably going to be picking up NHL 25. They just announced that the PWHL, the Women's Hockey League, is going to be a part of that. So would be nice to get a little extra exposure there for women's hockey. We'll be playing a little bit of that on stream coming up in the following months. And then, yeah, I haven't looked through the entire list yet, but I do like to pick up physical games rather than digital. And that bit me in the butt about tomorrow's stream, by the way, for the record. Went to go download Transformers Devastation off the disc I picked up. Yeah, disc ain't good. Unless it's only good in my my Xbox One that I don't have set up. Won't play on my Xbox X, so we're going to be doing something different tomorrow on stream, so I'll say that one way or the other. What are we going to be doing? Stop by to find out. I'll probably put an announcement out in the morning where we're going to figure out what we're going to do here. But yeah, tonight with AEW, we got a lot of good things going on here. We got, once again, Claudio versus Darby. That's just going to be Darby getting thrown around all over the place like a lawn dart. We got, I don't know how much time they're actually going to give Wheeler and Orange, just because it really is a throwaway match in many ways. And then, of course, we get the damn contract signing between Jericho and Ishii for next week. Like, why do we even need that? Let's face it, Ishii ain't going to say anything. Jericho's going to say too much. And yeah, it's going to be a waste of time. Unless they want to do a quick one backstage and just do it that way, I'd be more than fine with that. Personally, I think it should be done at Final Battle anyway. Speaking of that announcement, you were talking about the Fight for the Fallen. What did you guys think? They're going to do their first ever pre-tape of AEW Dynamite, which, of course, is for Christmas Day. Christmas Day is going to be a lot of fun because, according to my math, not only are we going to have AEW Dynamite on Christmas Day, which is actually just going to be a tape show. It's not going to be a recap show, which is, to me, really cool. We're also going to get the finale of season 3 of My GM the same night, I do believe. As we get back to full picture here. I still can't believe we're wrapping up the year this quick. Fight the Fallen will be the first simulcast on TNT and Max, yeah. And I hope people realize that it's a simulcast. It's not a complete move. Because I did have to bring that up in a couple other chats that I was watching streams in. People are asking about wrestling. And they thought that everything was moving to Max. And no, it's just being added. Which I think is the more screens you can get a show on, the better, right? Nice back elbow. Once again, Excalibur brings up Triller. I highly recommend, if you're going to pick up the last 2 pay-per-views of the year, get them on Triller, you'll get a deal. If you're planning on watching them legally, I will not discuss the illegal means. That's up to you guys. I don't mind if you do. Oh, God. They're just flying through there. Takeshita wasn't really ready for that finish, right? Because last few Christmases were my gifts were a gaming PC and an Xbox Series S. My house last year was a Christmas gift. This year, hopefully, a PS5 and a dog. That's a hell of a pick for everything. I know a lot of people. Well, not a lot. Let's just face it. Not a lot of people, but people have been asking what I want for Christmas. What I want. Simply put, subs to be appreciated, but frankly, what I just like is tell your friends about all the great fun that we have here, and let's see if we can pack this place as much as possible, as often as possible. Come on, man, he kicked out. What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to count to 3. For Christmas, I want a job offer that makes more than $60K a year. Hey, if I could make $60K a year US, I would, yeah, that would be the sound I'd be making. Oh, Fletcher just going to town here. Or my wife just gets a job. That would be heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. For Christmas, I want Jericho to retire. I will never ever wish for anybody to quit. I think there's a role for everybody, but I'd like to see him take a diminished role. Jericho could be a manager all he wants. Jericho could do some spot duty. Like having Jericho out there the same way that MVP is. It's a different type of person, but I think it would fit him just perfectly. Like if MVP really wanted to, he could get in the ring. He's not the best wrestler in the world. And if you go back and watch what he did, damn, somebody catch Fletcher. Man. Hobbs don't care about no knee. Wow, that was a nice snap power slam there. All right, Davis is back in the ring, so this should be a way to finish this match. Wow! What a right! Hobbs like, I got another knee, it's okay. Hey, he's been out for a year because of a knee. Gut-wrench pile driver? You see Fletcher get the air on that shot? Oh, let's go. Let's go. And now Takeshita just with that right. My God. All right, everybody, let's throw in your finishers. Pop-up powerbomb into a spine buster, into a choke slam, into a flying forearm. And the only two left standing are Ospreay and Fletcher. I swear to God, that's going to be a 6-star match on Saturday. With all due respect, the reason that we're getting a champagne celebration on the pay-per-view is because of these two. Let's just call a spade a spade. Who wants to follow this match? Who wants to... Oh, God. And once again, Davis is the legal man. Yeah, Davis is dead. Damn. Takeshita. All right, well, that's the beginning of the turn, probably, right? Very simple. Oh, we get another Moxley speech. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, JJ, we'll see you in a bit. That's a very good point, Jay Quick. No pack on this. Claudio's so pissed he can't even speak English. All right. That was... Okay. I am so looking forward to this Continental Classic coming up. Don't think Pac was there last week either. He could be flying home for a little bit. I don't think there's too much to read into it. So once again, they're doing the November to Remember. I honestly wonder if Tony Khan is trying to do these subtle shots here and there. I really do. Is it smart? Who knows? It's not for me to judge. Is it working? Probably not. Even if it is, something's going on. It just... I think it gets more of a stir out of the talk show experts more than it does the promotions itself. If it was that much of a problem, I think there'd be copyright lawyers going out there. I remember seeing that Bully just blew up over the fact that they used November Rain for that video on Saturday. And I sat back and I just laughed. I'm like, if you're going to get yourself worked up over a song, how many different arenas use the same music for their games, for their teams? There are some that are very specific to a team, but hell, I think the Boston Bruins use WWE music for 3/4 of their intermission and in-between play music, so pause music, I think, would be the play way to put it, but it's funny because I saw a couple notes online that, sorry, Jay Quick, I had to take care of an auto mod there. Shill apparently is an auto mod, but Bully's a WWE shill. Yes and no. Here's my take on Bully Ray and the shill thought about it. Do I think he wants to be a shill for WWE? No. No, I don't. The reason I say that is I totally believe that Bully Ray is just giving his thoughts on stuff. He is skewed towards WWE and what he thought there because he's never been in AEW and he has a certain sense of loyalty to AEW or to WWE in that case. However, and personally I've experienced this too because for those that don't know, and trust me, 2 months from now we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary here at Backbreakers, so we're going to be talking about this a little bit more. I used to work with a couple of the local promotions in town. So when you're working with local promotions, trying to make comments about other promotion stuff, you're always going to have to use that 15 pounds of salt in terms of comparing what you're doing here, right? Like, you can always... they're always going to consider you're biased towards this promotion because you're doing X or Y, right? Did he sign Leo? What a suit on Bobby. Well, Swerve said something. What did Swerve use a chain there like they said? Uh-oh, here comes Cole. Cole's got to be pissed. It makes total sense what they're doing with Adam Cole right now. The fact that they're going to do it at World's End, which is exactly 1 year from when the breakup happened between MJF and Adam Cole. It's a way to stretch this feud out and get it spaced out properly, I think is the best way to put it. Flipping in flipping in a Roderick Strong match here isn't exactly the worst thing in the world. Because let's face it, we all expected a triple threat. But then all of a sudden, Takeshita in that ring ended up costing Adam Cole the spot. Oh, they finally got the spotlight fixed. Oh, here we go. It's been forever since we've had real story time. Boom. Roderick Strong. All right, so I'm so happy for this. Kyle O'Reilly. Are we going to get Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole? Okay. Yeah, they want somebody to get hurt. MJF. Right. Wow. Yep. All right, I see where Kyle's coming from. I just don't. All right. I like where this is going a little bit. Okay. So how? So no match. Just don't. No, Orange is standing by in the back. Ooh. Wow. did have some valid points. I'll give you that, Jay Quick. But Orange asking everybody to stay away? This is going to solidify that. With all due respect, that pretty much solidifies, no doubt in my mind, how this is going to go. All right. Wow. Well, I'm glad they are moving around the women's match. I'd love to see more than one. But in the same respect, if you're going to have it at different spots. That way it doesn't feel like a dead spot in the card or anything. I'll be perfectly frank. Well, I'll be perfectly Mike with you here. Thoughts on the retirement of Toni Storm? For those that don't know, there has been a report up saying that Toni has reportedly retired from wrestling. I think in many ways there's two ways to go with this. First of all, I don't believe I think it's a little too coincidental that they're having that retirement at the same time that they're going to have this champagne celebration at the beginning between Mariah and Mina on Saturday. I think this could be a character change for Toni Storm. Do I think it would be the wisest move? Maybe. But I think she's going to be turning into another character. I think that's the best way to explain it. She's going to get a new character out of it. It might not be... Well, there's going to be a lot of this going on between Mariah and Mina. They're very close with each other. See, with the guys, it's like this. With the women, it's everything. They share mind, body, soul, everything. Plus, I'm also just trying to keep my mind focused here, so you got to do stuff to keep your arms going here. I think that I think either Toni shows up there, or some kind of news comes across during the show saying they found Toni Storm somewhere. Just suddenly interrupt it. Because I know a lot of people are pissed that there's only one women's match right now. While I'd love to see more, I still consider it 2 women's segments. Because the way things are going... Scissor hype? One thing I've learned when it comes to wrestling right now, having a promo can be more effective than a match in many situations. And it will allow you to also heal up as well. And you can get the same story out without having to expend extra energy, right? Your verbal energy can be worth more than your physical energy in many points. Watch me on 2K24 and never get anything over the match, but promos advance feuds all over the place. But yeah, I got a feeling that we are going to see Toni Storm, but we might see another iteration. Because this whole story is right after Toni broke down, she's supposed to come up, rise from the ashes being something better than what she was. But what really excites me here is this TBS women's match. I honestly don't know which way it's going to go. This is one of the few matches where I really don't know how they're going to finish it. Like when we talk about Mox and Orange, I think we're all predicting that Mox is going to win it. When it comes to the tag titles, we'd love to see a flip there, but we just had the Outrunners win the titles. Or sorry, we just had the Outrunners get into that spot. We just had Private Party just win the titles. The Acclaim look like they're about to break up every second week. And Private Party needs to establish those titles a little bit more away from the Bucks. So I can see that win. Jay Quick, I'm with you. Like I don't even know if you see the turn. I could almost see another... I don't know if Camille turns on Mercedes or Mercedes turns on Camille. That's the weird thing, because I could see another heater coming in to take out Camille for Mercedes. That very well could be an issue there. But yeah, we could go... That's the one match we could go either way. You could have Mercedes win and just keep that extra push going throughout the winter season here, going into the next show. Got the salt flowing now, all right? I can be salty. I'll be a little salty about some stuff. But yeah, in terms of Sheeta being underutilized, I guarantee I agree with you. Especially with me wearing my Cammy/Sheeta shirt tonight. Shout out to Street Fighter once again. I think if Statlander wins, Sheeta might actually be the first feud that we get with Statlander after the title here. Because this very well could be a win for... Just wanted to know what that emoji was. It works. Yeah, we got some... Cammy is love. Cammy is life. All praise Cammy. Right under the category of Saturnians right there. I agree with OC telling the conglomerate to stay back, that someone is showing up. I don't think somebody's showing up for the Moxley match. Saturn Cammy's the best Cammy. I think SF6 Cammy is up there too. But Saturn Cammy is absolutely... If you talk about gameplay, I think, you could go either way. Outfit... Let's go with Cammy 1. Let's go the OG. OG's best. Honestly, I don't... Jay Quick, to your comment about that, I guess I should do like a preview video what I think about the whole pay-per-view. I think 2025 I might start doing that for the PPVs. I love Hot Soccer Mom Cammy. Hey, whatever works. But my personal opinion with when it comes to the main event, Mox wins this one clean, well, dirty clean with the use of his Death Riders. Then Darby gets his shot at World's End, and it will feel like World's End when all the heroes are done. And that's when you get Kenny Omega showing up. You may not necessarily have Kenny Omega at Revolution. You could even hold off the Omega match all the way down to Double or Nothing, which would be the 6-year anniversary of one of their most brutal confrontations that you've seen in AEW, and the original main event feud of the company. I'm almost 100% convinced that Omega is going to be the guy to break this up. Because I think Garcia wins on Saturday to take the TNT Championship. Just to get Perry will go into the C2, and they're going to try their best not to have champions in the C2 outside of Okada. Reverse slam. So she going Falcon Arrow now? Nice kick out there by Statlander at like 2.989. Ooh, that was an interesting slap. Is it double 2K24 tonight because of Full Gear? I thought about it, and I made the call that no, it isn't, because tonight's a PLE. And we know how long PLEs can go. We'll make it up another time. Oh, God. Statlander counted the... So Sheena's got the story now that every time she goes for a finisher, it gets countered or kicked out of. And they're just going to continue that story. What I'm thinking, Zodiac, is we might possibly run week 16 on Sunday. Sunday may be a double game stream, like an extra stream, because I took Sunday off from work. Either that, or I just, on the YouTube channel, I'll throw an extra Zelda video up and we can finish it off on an even week. But my plan is to finish up WrestleMania on Christmas Day. So I will try and I'll fit the schedule in to make sure it works. But yeah, no, we're only doing one show tonight. If it wasn't a PLE, then maybe, because I could do a run-in and cut things off, but... I want to see Camille get worse and worse in terms of traction because of this. At least it's somewhat relevant. I could just imagine the Wrestle Talk guys asking, who are the Celtics and who are the Sixers? Here's another interesting fact for you guys. If Mercedes wins on Saturday, she will be the first wrestler to hold a major title in every promotion for over 200 days. I love this crowd. She's got a broken arm. What do you expect her to do? Think they bring up Athena to feud with Mercedes? That would make sense. And Camille's like, Reading is famous for its railroad? Or Reading, yeah. That was... Actually, I like that. I like what happened there. Mercedes couldn't get the backstabber on properly for that. She kept trying to do it. And Mercedes... sorry, not Mercedes. Statlander's sitting there. Okay, she's going to keep trying to do this. As long as I hold the rope, I'm okay. And now I'm going to change it around. Oh, no. I was thinking... I know it's Reading, Pennsylvania. But I also thought about Reading Railroad. Back from Monopoly. Why are you beating up the enhancement talent? Could you imagine if that was a real fan? Bobby's getting a handicap match. It's pronounced Reading on Monopoly? Okay. That's new to me. Maybe I should get one of those Monopoly Coach sponsored streams they keep offering me. Maybe I'll learn that as we go, but yeah, I haven't done a sponsored stream in a hell of a long time, so maybe I'll have to look into doing those possibly in the future here, but no, when it comes to Saturday, I am looking for probably the one match that's more of a crapshoot with serious circumstances would be the Statlander Mercedes match. I think you can go either way and not have a bad finish. Yeah, Reading, PA is related to Monopoly property. Oh, yeah, it makes sense. And then, I think the biggest crapshoot period for who's going to win is Ospreay and Fletcher. Because I think both guys would lose to the other easily without a problem. Mainly because they both rented each other's houses. I want Regina Railroad. I'm making sure I say that. Oh, you're talking about Regina in Saskatchewan. It's REG. Regina, Saskatchewan. The place that rhymes with fun. That's the biggest joke that we have going around, so. But yeah, in terms of this card, I think that's the biggest thing I would say is the, okay. So we were on the same page we were talking about. Hope these two enhancement talents got their health insurance paid up. I would almost say, what would be the time of match for this? Do they get a minute? Oh, and speaking of enhancement talents, before we go on here, I do want to wish a very special congratulations. A local wrestler here who performs quite often at Love Pro Wrestling here in Edmonton, formerly out of the PWA. That was Lance Storm's. Lance Storm was booking that promotion way back in the zeros, the 2000s, whichever we want to call it. Zoe Sager just received her WWE ID contract at a show in Ontario over the weekend here. So, just I've seen her first match. I've seen a hell of a lot of her matches going through. Pre-COVID, I pretty much caught every match that she had. And yeah, she was always one of those talents that just always had it. You know, that it that everybody's supposed to have when you become a true superstar. And Zoe simply had it. And now it's just post-COVID has been absolutely taking it to another level. So congratulations. I want to see what this ID does for her, though. That's a big thing. Want to see how it works out. And I hope it works out great. So are they doing a submission match or what? So they're actually... I thought they were going to do Lashley's debut on the pay-per-view, but doing it here isn't the worst thing either. Really, Signal? Really? What do you think of the gear, kids? Got the rocking the jacket? I think it looks pretty sweet. It does take away from his size, though, a little bit, if you ask me, but I don't mind it one little bit. All this black excellence I've been wanting at AEW, they have them fighting. It needs to stop. I'm just going to throw that out there. A little black on black violence on Saturday. For me, saying that is not the best. Cheeseburger! Cheeseburger! Cheeseburger is a dead man. It's so bad they don't even want to show the video to us here in Canada because the feed just got lost. Oh. It's the world famous cheeseburger now, sorry. That burger's about to go flat. Oh, Bobby wants to get heat. He always goes for cheeseburger first. Oh, God. DDT facebuster combo. Joe Keys might as well be Joe Locke. Because this is going to be a lock for Lashley here. Everybody cheered for Cheeseburger, but the keys got lost. Yeah. No, Lashley's told the keys to get lost. Shout out to Rod's. Oh my God. That Dominator. Why would you break? Just finish it. Finish it. Bobby and Pants is throwing you off. Hey, I don't mind the different look. Swerve, you made Lashley mad? Yeah. My God, that spine buster. Keys, you might want to duck. That spear is just nuts. And Joe, he's got to be out. Ref, he should have stopped it a while ago. That was just... I'm sorry. That's the moment where you just check your mail or whatever. Because let's face it, there's nothing there. Oh, here comes Swerve. Nana with a chair. Do I notice a little bit of hook and bait and hook here? Swerve underneath the ring with a chain. Chain knocking everybody out. And he's supposed to be the face using a chain. The thing is, Swerve's going to win this, or Swerve's going to lose this on Saturday. And I don't think it's going to matter. Like, Moxley and Swerve are the two guys right now in AEW, which wins and losses don't matter for them. They can just cruise right through it. Got to build Bobby, yeah, like. And MVP comes in and Swerve right over the top and out. Yeah, seriously, Mox and Swerve are the two guys that you could throw the Bucks in there too on the tag side. The losses don't really matter to them. We all know how good they are, and many times a loss will help these guys build up a storyline. I guess Ospreay's the same way too. There's a lot of them. Where's Nigel? Get him his nitroglycerin. Scissor me, Mamma Mina. Okay, I'm just. One hanging around with those two. I will you be the same?
Never! 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 Ever!
Never be the same after that, but I digress. This is going to be an interesting matchup here with Darby and with Claudio. Darby could, I swear to God, if there were no ropes there, Claudio could probably take that swing and swing Darby into the crowd. Is that a list that Claudio has on his jacket? It almost looks like he has post-it notes. I heard Nigel just fainted after that interview. That does not surprise me one bit. But it almost looks like it almost looks like they have he has a list of victims on his jacket. I hope somebody asks him eventually about that, because that would be actually a really nice touch if that was the case. I do like that Claudio's going with the straight black now. Darby, are you ready? I don't think anybody thinks he's ready. Darby's going to have to run like a jackrabbit through this one. There is no way that he can slow down on this. Claudio draw 4. By the way, the party just had a new video go up yesterday if you guys are interested in their Uno games. Between Tyler Breeze, Adam Cole, Xavier Woods, and Claudio, so... Darby's like, how many matches has Darby had since Wrestle Dream? Is this his first one? So I think that very well could be. Nice roll through there. I really, if I could have a wish going forward, oh God. Why do you try a coffin drop on a guy that can basically catch beer barrels? I swear if there was no guardrail there, Darby might still be rolling. This is borderline nuts. And right now we have this match. We have the Jericho Ishii contract signing. And we have the main event. That's all we have left tonight. I'm assuming we're probably going to get one more match in there. But all depends on which time they give this one. See, if I was Claudio, I'd drop him right on that guardrail. Or on that cable that attaches the ring to the post. Might slice him in half, but, you know, it is Darby. He's only used to doing that 4 or 5 times a week to himself. As we head into a little picture. Yeah. It's interesting how they're trying to get Darby pushed into a top spot, and I think in many ways they see Darby in the same way that, and I really hate to draw the comparisons because they are somewhat different people. You look at 80s Warrior, somebody that the kids can draw to, somebody that has a good look to them. For the fact that he's got the face paint and look, he just looks cool to see. And it's just hoping that he can be that next generation that can carry things going forward. I do think that AEW is having a little bit of trouble figuring that out. Who they want to have for their next big guy. I do know that they have another set. And I think Moxley's right. That next set needs to move up to another level to be at where we need him. But at the same time, I feel that they do need to push a little bit. They need to push forward a little bit faster than what they're doing. You can't really push storylines a whole lot depending on which way you're writing them. And that very well could be Tony Khan's fault. Well, let's face it, it is Tony Khan's fault for the most part, but yeah, just watching how they're treating Darby here right now just reminds me of, like, they're just searching for that next guy, and eventually they're going to hit one here somewhere. I heard Joe Keys just call for a locksmith. I'll give you a Mario coin for that one, just because you got to put some coins in to pay the locksmith there. Yeah, no, I think Joe Keys just woke up, literally, for what he was doing before here. So, getting caught in that hurt lock. But overall, I think Saturday's going to be a lot of fun for all of us here. And once again, for those that showed up late, I just want to remind everybody we will be having a Full Gear Sidecast this Saturday. Hoping to get on here about 7 o'clock Eastern. That'll be around 5 o'clock Mountain. We still have the AJ segment. The Costco guy's got to show up yet. So until we see, we got to see that. We got to get the contract signing, and we got our main event. So we're pretty much set for the rest of the night here, depending how long they push this match for tonight. As we're coming out of the picture-in-picture. Can the Costco guy not show up and say he did? Honestly, I don't mind it, because the number of viewers that he gets and the number of views that will generate for AEW, I think it's worth it to put it on the pre-show. Would I want it on the pay-per-view? Hell no. But do I want it? Would I put it on a pre-show to get people to take a look at a couple of the other matches that are on at the same time? I definitely would give it a shot. I do appreciate that they're not doing a Collision this week. Every once in a while, when they had these Saturday pay-per-views, they would do a Friday Collision. And with everything going on right now, I know that SmackDown's taped for coming up this Friday, but at the same time, I would prefer if they didn't do anything stupid like that. And once again, I want to say that I commend WWE for giving their talent a week off going into Thanksgiving, because the week of Thanksgiving they can't, because it's the go home to Survivor Series, which also is very smart for them to put it in Canada for that weekend, because, well, while it's Thanksgiving down in the States, we call the 30th in Canada Saturday. Just because our Thanksgiving is way back in October when, Jesus! Gut-wrench launch. Let's not call it a gut-wrench suplex. Let's call it a gut-wrench launch there. According to rumors, Rampage and Collision will air the same day as Survivor Series. We're going to have to play it by ear what we're going to do that day, because if they're going to run it during the day, I'm not going to be able to do a sidecast for Collision. Just because, well, frankly, I work. So, I work until 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. And that'll be the end of a 32-hour shift, so I'm not going to be in the best of moods to begin with. If that's the case, we might end up doing a couple. Like I said, we are going to catch things up, but we might end up having to do some double tapings here sooner than later. I'll let you guys know. And I will fix up the Twitch schedule on my channel page for those watching on Twitch right now. Shivani tried to put over the braids of Darby here. Which, for the number of victories that he's had and the number of titles that he's had to have some kind of braids, right? Defeating Samoa Joe for the TNT Championship. Darby just dying on the ground right now. Darby blocks one kick, gets nailed with another. Oh yeah, we know what's coming here. Get out of the way, security man. Oh no. Unfortunately, I don't have a splat sound here. I should actually have that here. Would make sense, right? And Claudio just, yeah, no, I don't like your commentary, guys. Shivani, got to try and carry this action here. Is he going to try and do a neutralizer on the table? He's trying to kill him. And that table said nope. I'm just going to... Meaty. I love the fact that they're already doing first aid to Darby after that. Burnt out with Darby in these near-death matches. I need something else from... This is mostly what you're going to get from him. Daddy Magic wouldn't mess with Claudio. I wouldn't either, but he's also been messed up by him because of what happened with Daniel Garcia at the pay-per-view, that Wrestle Dream. He can do more. I am the table. Yeah, Darby can do more, but the table won, yeah. Once again, I love this spot, by the way. I love this spot where the wrestler has to do everything in their power to get back into the ring, and then the guy in the ring just falls up immediately as soon as he gets back into the ring with a power move and finishes it. I love how they're not even calling the House of Black tag team by their proper name. It's the Kings of the Black Throne, damn it. Oh, here we go. Maybe it's the fact that I'm not familiar with them at all. I know that they got a ton of followers, so they're good for the product. I still don't know at all about... Is MJF going after a homeless guy there? Oh, wow. Okay, MJF. I honestly feel that we're not going to have to worry about, like, I'm sorry, just rereading my thoughts here. Sort of happy that we're... Wow. That's a little deep. I'm actually sort of happy that MJF is only getting this promo. I know he's out filming a movie, so that's why he's been doing these vignettes like this. But I'm sort of happy that he's getting vignettes instead of in-ring promos, for the fact that his time can't be extended because of it. Because, well, frankly, he's got a minute. He can go through a minute. If they don't do it, they can redo it again. He doesn't have the crowd to feed off of. He doesn't have the cheap heat that he has to go with. He just gets what he has to say. Get in, get out, get done. And I know going earlier, we were having that problem with a few wrestlers doing that, where their promos have been going on a little deep, a little too long compared to what they need to be. We're about to get one here in probably 5 minutes after AJ and the Big Justice come out and deal with their stuff. When Jericho shows up here, he's the same way, that he tends to take a crowd with him for a little bit too long in that promo. So, yeah, as we go along there, having them do pre-recorded is, I find, a lot easier with a lot of our greater talents. Of course, when MJF gets back up in the main event, he's got to be here. He's got to be promoting that way. But while he's not in the main event, let him do these little segments like this. Because everybody knows what reaction they're going to get from the crowd. Like, he's going to be a god in New Jersey. Because it's right next to the greatest place on earth, Long Island, New York. So I got to feel like he's going to be cheered quite a bit. Which sort of makes sense, because I don't know if you're going to get the full face treatment out of Roddy quite yet. I understand they're trying to push him as hard as they can as a face, but at the same time, he's been built in as a heel for such a long time that you don't know whether you're really going to get him as a face character here going into this match. I think you do it more by default, the fact that you have MJF there, and basically I think Hannibal Lecter might be a face compared to MJF on some days. I think, well, who else could I say? The IRS would be a face compared to MJF on some days. The KKK might be a face against MJF some days. No, I won't go that far. Strike that one for the record, kids, but you get what I'm saying here. As we're coming back from the break, thank God. Crowd's into it. Okay. Also, we're going to get a Roddy promo here on the stage. Mox, interrupt this, please. Nah, we're good. They kept it short, though. They kept it out of the crowd. They kept it short. Roddy's promo should be fairly short because it's just going to be a retort on what MJF said. Max! Everybody's like, yes, you should be. Okay. Uh-huh. JJ, that ad break's long gone already, so. All right. Yep. Tony's going to actually make it through an interview. Don't jinx it here, Jay Quick. Don't jinx it at all, because we could have. Roddick's got to realize that MJF's already come to peace with that stuff. Shout out to the Sheik right there. Atta boy. Broke your back, make you humble. Shout out to the Sheik with that promo. Let's go. I hope the Iron Sheik actually comes out and says something about it. Oh, if you weren't here for Collision on Saturday, this was a lot of fun. So we ended up getting to see, a new hood ornament for the bus here. How about it? I'd be proud of it. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Ooh. Gasoline? Ha! Garcia joining Mox. That actually would make a little bit of sense, but... Save it for Saturday. Somebody will find them someday.
What the hell is that?
I'm referring to the upcoming segment, not the past segment. Hey guys, hey man. All right, let's see what. Really? This is a trap, and it always will be. Where it's a friendly province for Tabori and I to visit. I want to keep my options open next few years. They're all friendly. Everybody's got a certain level. If you really want to get out there, I would almost recommend going to the East Coast. The view on the East Coast is absolutely tremendous. I haven't been across the whole country, but so we're gonna get a walking segment. Jericho, you can run. Ishii, you can run. Oh, for 5 cents, they're bringing this out to the ring. I'm assuming that the associates are going to show up. Jericho too old to run. Ishii, Pitbull's too shaped to run. Let me put it this way to you, folks. This might actually be them running. So Big Bill and Ishii should come out, beat him up, sign the contract, move on. Don't give him a microphone for 5 cents. He's not going to sign it, is he? Nope, he's faced perfectly for the other guys to show up. And everybody's looking to the right. There it is. Like you didn't know this was going to happen. Gonna stab him with a pen? Anybody give... honestly, I'm checked out at this point on this. I love the uppercut, but at the same time, I really don't give two craps about this. You can tell this crowd's over about just as much about it. Put this match in Hammerstein, see how this good. This should be at Hammerstein. Because they just announced Final Battle there. I almost don't want to wish this on ROH because this is horrible. I think we got Billy Starks versus Athena. Wouldn't hurt me in the least. I do like that New York's getting 3 days in a row of Hammerstein AEW / ROH. Because they're doing Collision there on the Saturday and they're taping Dynamite for Christmas Day on the Sunday. So, but yeah, this this is garbage. Like, the promo segment's just garbage. I'm calling a spade a spade. Taking a page out of Andre C's playbook. Absolute garbage. But, yeah. As we're coming up to our main event now, as per tradition, let you guys know what's going on for the next week of streaming here. And we do have a couple TBAs, and I'm still literally running one through one in my mind tomorrow. Because I still can't get my Transformers Devastation disc to work. So we're either going to do Call of Duty or we're going to start Stellar Blade. I think we might get into Stellar Blade tomorrow. Just because the new DLC dropped today for it. So be nice to get into the game while it's still popular and hot right now. And then next stream I'll be on is Saturday with our... And I'll show the logo once again here. Our Full Gear Sidecast will be available both on YouTube and on Twitch. Hopefully you guys can stop by here. I should be on around 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain. Then we should, since the Bills are on a bye week the day that I book off work. What's up?
You idiot!
I have nothing to worry about on Sunday in terms of football, so... Probably do a stream during the day. We might actually open up the Fight Club. I got some arcade stories to do for Tekken to catch up. Basically, get some of the back catalog put in. Long story short, I've almost caught up on all my videos to release for that, so I need to get some more video done for that. Monday, we'll be here with Call of Duty campaign mode once again. If you were here yesterday, which I ran really late, we ended up... It started in the zombies mode, and I got a little caught in there, so there's a zombies part of the story. Come by on Monday, you'll find out all about it. It's the point where I might have to actually start turning down the difficulty on it, just so we can get through it here. But after that, on Monday, we'll be back on Wednesday with AEW Dynamite and the fallout from both Full Gear and as well our Fastlane PLE, which will be coming up immediately following this, exclusively on the Twitch channel. So if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you pop by twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We will be starting about 10-15 minutes after we're done here over on the YouTube channel. Like I said, we might pull in some WWE 2K on Sunday. We'll have to take a look. Yeah, the C2 begins next week. That tells you how far ahead I'm thinking right now. I really want to... I'm really looking forward to see what we're going to get here at Full Gear. And then from there, we can start speculating who's going to be part of the C2, right? So... But once again, everybody, if you are watching on YouTube, give us a follow or give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I don't want to cut off Jamie here. Uh-oh. Julius got the hat on. I actually like this a lot. But you can tell that she doesn't shoot arrows a whole lot. Because if you're going to do it, you actually do it with 2 fingers as you're pulling back. You don't do it with your full hand or else you won't get any control over it. Once again, Orange moving completely to the all black. I love it. Why did Julia do that? The GM wanted to start a rivalry for the PPV. Both have high stamina. I will say this. Once we book here tonight, we will have a couple feuds in there that will be building during the pay-per-view. We won't be finishing. At least I assume we're going to be building. I know the one advertised match we have for tonight is the steel cage match between Austin Theory and Post Malone for the IC Championship. That's actually looking to be our opening contest. Where's your title, Wheeler? Where is your title? Stockholm Syndrome, that's all it is. I will say this. I think it's the first time I pulled that line out tonight. This match here on any indie show would be the main event easily anywhere. So they're actually doing a sidecast over at, or a watch party tonight in Texas for this, so. I just hope the VIP packages for this are cheaper than WrestleMania. Ooh. That was interesting. The technical pin that Wheeler likes to use all the time almost got used on him. But yeah, we're going to get a full 10 minutes of this at least. I got a feeling we're not going to get too much OT tonight. One thing I enjoy about the fact that with this Continental Classic, we're going to get 5 weeks in a row of Okada. We haven't had him for a while. And we're going to get some good Okada, not just walk through it Okada. Oh, God. That's still more a Brave Buster move anyway now. So now Shivani's finally catching up on we've been figuring out for a while here. That there's been a gear change here for Oh, God. See, that's what I wanted Claudio to do earlier to Darby. Something like that. If he was going to really break him, that'd be the way to do it. Ooh, nice counter. I think we all expected a dirty fight somehow here. Oh, Jesus. That was... Well, at least you want to focus on offense. That's how you do it, right? So you get our one... We're probably only going to get one picture-in-picture here for this one, so... So, with this being the last match, let's not count Rampage. I'm sorry, we're not going to right now. Going into our last Dynamite into the pay-per-view, how excited are you guys for Full Gear? Like, out of a scale of 1 to 10, what are you guys at right now? I would have to say for me, I'm looking at probably an 8. There's some of it that's been a little off. 7, 8, yeah, that makes sense. I've seen 3 VIP packages for All In. I'm glad Tony didn't go Dynamic Private. 6.5, I can get that. I know that I've dealt with some AEW pay-per-views where I'll be honest, I was looking at maybe 3s. Like there was nothing real, like, you know, it's the cost of success. Like, I think we all can agree, everybody in the chat, that the quality of the wrestling at an AEW pay-per-view is usually beyond reproach. It's like, very rarely do you get a bad match. Say a 4 only because you have to go to sleep. Well, fair enough. Fair enough, JJ. In that case, you wouldn't have been moved off that 4 even if it was an amazing build. We're going to get some great matches regardless on that card. And we just have a natural higher standard for what AEW is now. And that's probably one of the most frustrating parts about it, because a lot of people you hear complain about how wrestling is at such a low level when it comes to AEW these days. No, it's because we expect this level, and when we get this, when we're so used to this, we're still upset that we don't have this difference here. Talking about levels all over the place here, just go on. I'm glad to see my Elgato is catching up with that, but I'm going to start flapping like a bird right away. Every pay-per-view delivers good or bad. Yeah, like, that's the thing about AEW, and it's just between the booking and what storylines are coming out to where it determines how good it's going to be overall. But JJ, to your point about the dynamic pricing, I don't think Tony Khan ever will go to dynamic pricing, at least not for another few years. With the fact that he's actually going to smaller venues for his TV tapings now. And, well, he's got to be able to sell out these larger venues for the pay-per-views. And I think the way that they're setting it up with the smaller venues, the more intimate atmosphere, the I need to be there atmosphere when it gets that packed, will help out for everything going on. I think dynamic pricing would absolutely kill the large houses for AEW at these larger venues. Not that they're getting them yet, but I think they will, with the fact that they're starting to generate that atmosphere that we need to see. I'm not used to seeing Orange do those kind of kicks. Or a PK. And next week they're in Chicago. And the reason they're in Chicago is very simple, Jay Quick. Tony Khan's family lives just outside of Chicago. And I'm talking about the upper family, not TK's family, but the upper family all live in the Chicago area. That's where he's from. So that's where they're having Thanksgiving. So it's just like why the week of the draft, Collision's always in Jacksonville. Because they always have to put it at so he can just literally run across the hall to fill in everything. So I love how they make it they say it's Wintrust as a Thanksgiving tradition. Yeah, no, Tony Khan just wants to work at home. Wheeler's job is not to win this match. I think that's pretty obvious. It's not Wheeler Yuta's job to win this match. He's eating a turkey leg while he's booking. Shaq Khan wants TK to work at home. Well, he sure as heck isn't doing a whole lot with the Jags this year. But actually, looking at it, most of it's the coaching that's going on right now. It's not like TK can really screw up the draft when you're first overall next year, right? Because they're going to get Hunter out of Colorado. You notice that he uses 2 moves in a row for the best friends? Because Trent usually uses the Michinoku driver, right? No, they're gonna go with the receiver. I think they'll go with the receiver. Shakir Sanders, the quarterback, Dion's kid, will go number 2 to the Giants. I'm pretty sure that's how that's gonna. We'll have to wait until the numbers shape up, but it looks like right now that's probably the way it's going to look at. When it comes to the Jags, I think they know that the QB can do it if the coach can actually set him up properly. He's just not great at improv. Orange is done. Get out of the way, Remsburg. I'm going to the ropes with my feet. I'm surprised he didn't go for the DQ there. Wheeler don't care. His job is to ruin Orange. Oh, there's the pin. And now here comes everybody to make this a schmoz to end the night. Here comes the schmoz. I think we all know it's coming. Especially with Wheeler in that corner. Here they come. Everybody's looking right. We were waiting to see where Pac was. Now they're going to destroy Orange as much as possible. Marina's got duct tape. That title is pretty thin if that title falls in there. Moxley loosened himself up. There'll be fissures, the second AEW's done no advertising. The social media isn't on top of the venue being outside the city. Oh, there's a knockout. We'll see what happens. Like I said, marketing has always been a problem with AEW, JJ. So is anybody going to come and help them? So are we gonna leave? Are we gonna leave this with? All right, now they're leaving. And Claudio, you notice that everybody else was wearing plain black gear except for Wheeler? So they're trying to do the hope spot out of this right now. Now he's, yeah, I like this. Moxley, you can do whatever you want to me. I'm not going away. I love how they're doing that. Do I think it's the cleanest way to get to the pay-per-view? No. Because this segment even felt like it dragged on a few minutes long. If they would have cut it off at 8 o'clock after the beatdown, might have been enough for me. But, yeah, as they're running down everything. Overall, pretty good episode to finish things off. Got a lot of things cleaned up. If they could have got rid of... that one segment there with Jericho again. I'll sum it up once again.
What the hell is that?
As well as the... everything was pretty tight for the most part. The 8-man tag got everything ready for Ospreay and Fletcher. The Statlander Sheeta match definitely gave Sheeta more storyline for herself, more momentum for Statlander, and proved how much Camille is like useless at this point and what Mercedes is doing with her, and giving an excuse for Statlander to win in many ways. Bobby Lashley gets his debut, and Joe Keys is still looking for his keys. Cheeseburger we got to see tonight, which was a lot of fun. They set up the pre-show match with AJ and QT Marshall. Okay, that's fine. I do like it for the fact that they're going to get more views for it. MJF Roddy Strong is turning into a typical MJF build for a promo for a match. We'll leave it at that. I don't know if it's the best or the worst. So, and then you got your main event tonight with Orange just proving he's just gonna keep getting back up. Yeah, sorry. You also had Darby and Claudio, where Claudio absolutely killed Darby. So we don't know where that's gonna go at this point. I don't know. I think this pay-per-view's been built up enough. I would have loved to see a little bit more to make casual people who aren't necessarily the tightest of AEW fans, give them more of a reason to watch on Saturday. But we'll be watching on Saturday for sure. But at this point, I think that's going to wrap up the Dynamite part of the show here tonight. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching here, whether you've been watching live on YouTube, whether you've been watching on Twitch. For those on the Purple brand on Twitch, hang around here. We're going to go a commercial break in just a moment. For those on YouTube, head over to twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We're going to be continuing on with some WWE 2K24. All right, you have yourself a good night, JJ. For those on YouTube, thank you for being here. We will be back on Saturday with AEW... well, I'll just throw it up here. AEW Full Gear Sidecast. We'll be around on Saturday. So, but for those on YouTube, thank you for stopping by, and we will see you all on Saturday, hopefully. Take care, everybody.